Welcome to the Adams State University Expectations portion of the Graduate Student Orientation. I'm Dr. Melissa Freeman, and I will be covering expectations of graduate school. What do we expect of you as a graduate student, and what you can expect of us as the institution in which you have chosen to further your education. The Center for Graduate Studies' mission is to ensure your academic success as a graduate student at ASU. Whether you are an online student, face-to-face student, or some combination thereof, we offer a variety of services to assist you. Services include the Graduate Student Orientation, dedicated workspace and meeting space, laptops for checkout, peer mentoring, academic workshops such as academic writing and APA style, library research and information literacy, research integrity, quantitative reasoning, qualitative reasoning, and Blackboard technology training. We also offer scholarship opportunities and graduate assistantship opportunities. We look forward to working with you during your time as a graduate Grizzly. So what are the expectations associated with graduate school? Let's begin. First, it's important to understand what it means to be a graduate student, because this is going to be very different from your undergraduate experience. You are likely older and have more experiences than you did when you entered undergraduate school. And even if you were non-traditional age student as an undergrad, there are still differences. Campus life or lack thereof, while you may choose to be as involved as you want in campus life, typically graduate students are busy focusing on their studies, and campus life becomes more about academe, learning, research, and focused study. Graduate school is research intensive. Regardless of the program you are in, there will be culminating projects which you will need to complete, theses, final projects such as papers or portfolios, dissertations. And there will be a higher level expectation for your research and ways in which you communicate the learning in that research, whether it is through written format such as papers or verbal format such as presentations. Graduate school is a time when students are expected to develop and hone those skills. You will have a close working relationship with an advisor. Many of us in our undergraduate experience would simply check in long enough to do what was necessary to register for next semester or quarter's classes. In graduate school, your academic advisor will work closely with you to ensure your educational goals and objectives are met. And there will be independent work. You will work much more independently than to what you are accustomed, and this requires self-discipline. Similarly, graduate school affords you greater autonomy, but far less structure. If you are employed, understand that there will be challenges to both working and studying simultaneously, but there are advantages too. Some of these advantages include experiential learning. While the theory is important, you can immediately apply it to practice. On-the-job research or project opportunities that can apply to your learning. And the perception of the leaders in your workplace. Taking on this monumental task of graduate school often signals to leaders that you are ready for more challenges, responsibilities, and opportunities. However, there are disadvantages as well. Be aware, you will be busier than you ever thought possible. You will have academic deadlines that will intersect with work and family responsibilities. How you self-manage will be critical to your success. For example, be sure to read each syllabus thoroughly. Know the deadlines for the course, your work, and your family, and plan accordingly. Read on your lunch break or during any downtime that you have. When I was working on my PhD, my optimal time was after I put my toddler to bed. Every night at 8 p.m., I worked on my graduate education. Schedule time with yourself, literally in a calendar, to work on your education. This way, if someone asks you if you have time for a meeting, you can look at a calendar and say, I have an appointment. Your graduate work is important, so schedule it. Family time will have to be managed. You don't want to miss the important stuff. Personal time will become a luxury. Enjoy it. But also, enjoy the graduate student experience. You will learn, grow, and develop in ways that you cannot imagine. And at the end of it, when you are sitting in Plocky Hall to receive your master's or PhD, it will have been worth it. So how can you be successful? Set goals. What do you want to get out of this? Is it personal satisfaction, professional advancement? Set goals for your education that will help you to reach your larger goals. Learn self-discipline. As discussed, before planning becomes essential. Time management. Use a calendar to manage your educational, professional, and personal time. This will be critical for you to finish. You will be busy, but be productive. As I said earlier, bring lunch to work, sit on a bench or at your desk with the door closed, and read. Regard and present yourself as a professional. This will get you noticed, will afford you respect and opportunity. Join and attend professional associations and meetings. Network, network, network. It's not who you know, rather who you get to know that will help you. Learn to introduce yourself and others. This is about being a professional. Read broadly, not just the required texts, but do additional research. Learn what experts know, and don't read just to get through the course, rather read critically. Did you find something else in the research that contradicts what you're learning? Think critically and relate it. I always tell my students, while I appreciate your opinion, it doesn't matter unless you have backed it up with the research. Design and conduct your research in a way that gets you published. Research is the creation of new knowledge. Let your professional community know what you have discovered. With rights, the right to hold a graduate degree, come responsibilities. You have a responsibility to contribute. Check and recheck your data. Mistakes happen. Be sure you don't have them in your final product. Ask yourself if what you're researching is important. Will it lead to some change that is better for society, or is it trivial? You are going to spend an inordinate amount of time doing this work. Make it count. Be able to articulate what you are working on. Believe me, at those professional meetings, people will want to know, and if you cannot articulate what you are doing, the networking will stop. Related, be able to articulate why. Practice expressing your ideas and results to colleagues. This will help you in the verbal communication of your education. Remember, our purpose is to study and do research that answers interesting and important questions about how the world works. And remember, this process takes time. Most importantly, thank those who helped you along the way. You won't do this by yourself. There will be a myriad of people who will assist you, whether it is your advisor, partner, child, boss, whomever. Thank them. They have sacrificed too. What can you expect? You will get out of it what you put into it. Want to do the minimum or to just skate? Okay, but you won't have learned as much as your colleague who did the extra reading, broadly and critically. And in an interview, that will be evident. Become a leader. Take initiative and advantage of opportunities in your program. Gain an understanding of your discipline both as a field of study and an enterprise. Develop your academic skills to be able to think critically, statistically, and holistically. This will be a huge asset in your professional life. Learn from a cohort of colleagues. Sharing ideas and learning together, you will learn as much from your cohort as you will from your faculty. Apply practical skills. Read, write, and do. Develop your knowledge base. Develop a network. Develop practical experience. I suggest you write down what you want to gain from your graduate experience. In other words, what are your goals? And periodically check your progress toward those goals. What do we expect from you? Again, write down what you hope to gain, the goals, and periodically check your progress toward those goals and adjust it as necessary. We expect you to learn, to grow, to lead, and to spread the word about your great story. Congratulations, and welcome, Graduate Grizzly.